words and then we'll just talk. Okay. Says we're live, and if we're live, this is almost a miracle, folks. Today, I'm doing this on my cell phone in my home. My internet has been out for the last 16 hours, and it just came on about 5 minutes ago. And so Tom is running the show for me today, and I'm in here as a guest, and we're going to try and at least have some conversation and see what goes on here. So let me know if anybody. I see we have 6 people waiting here, and there we go. There we go. It looks like we are technically on live right now.
So in order to do this properly, Bob, I have to do it just like you. Just to do it properly, I have to do it like you. Hello, old farts. Okay, now go ahead, Bob.
All right. Hi, fellow old farts. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about the Neo today because we have some definites. I haven't received anything from DJI today, but of course,
still waiting.
My internet's been down the whole time. Hey, I see Phil Koshat's on there. Lance is in the room. Hi, Phil. Hi, Lance. Please, if you're watching, say something in the chat there, so we know you're there, and we're happy to have everybody there. I see 8 people. Hey, there's Johnny Drone Flyer.
There's Johnny. Steven Drones.
Thank you, Johnny. Johnny is agreed earlier, Tom, to play our promo video on his show today.
Great. Appreciate that,
and Vic Moss is going to put the promo video on commercial drone flyers on his YouTube channel. So hopefully we're going to get a few more reactions there.
The more the merrier.
Yes. So anyway, what's up with you, Tom?
Well, my internet went down for maybe a second or two yesterday when we were on Bill the Drone Flyer's Rotor Talk show. But I came back right away. But you've been down since then yesterday. And then Bob and I had to figure out how I would co-host today. We got that worked out. So watch out.
Us about the last hour figuring it out. But,
watch out, folks. I might now start my own stream. Okay, Bob taught me some tricks here. But other than that, I just waiting for that email from DJI. See, I'm one of those people. I'm looking forward to the Neo. Okay, I'm looking forward to the Neo because it looks like it might be a great drone to throw in the bag and use for some inside shots and stuff like that. My concern, of course, will be camera quality, and my hope is that it's at least an f1.7. Okay, so that you can use it indoors with getting some decent imagery.
Now, my thought is that Neo is going to get people. It's going to because if it's under $350, it's going to be an easy buy for a lot of people.
Grows the community, right?
Right, but I think what it's going to do is increase sales of Avadas, because once they get that taste of this, little one. They're going to say, "Oh, I want the Avata now," So I think that's they're gonna stimulate Avata sales.
I think we need to have a couple of Neos at the Vegas Drone Meetup because we got some politicians showing up. We got some people from Clark County and Henderson that possibly be showing up. That hey. Let's put that little drug in there, that first taste in their hand, and get them hooked, right?
Yeah.
I said I'll refer to myself as a crack dealer because I named one of my drones Crack. Okay. So, if we can get those politicians flying a drone, they're going to get hooked. So that's a good thing. Now, as far as camera quality goes, one thing I have to say about DJI, because if you folks don't already know it, DJI is going to be coming out with their own full body camera at a very near point in the future.
A mirrorless camera. Yes.
Yes. So their technology is such that we've gotten some incredible imagery from very, very small senses. So
Hi, bud.
that's why
Hi, bud.
that's why I'm optimistic about the quality. Now, of course, it's not the Hover XL Pro Max, this and that, and it's a third of the price of the Pro Max.
Right.
And the Pro Max is purported to be an 8K 30 FPS camera. So that it's not really the competition to that. I think if it's competition to anything, it's competition to the original Hover X1 that was released last year. Okay.
Yeah.
But like you said, Bob, I think this introduces a whole new group of people to our community. Now, some of the nice things is the ability to auto sync to the mic 2, which if you just want to do something real quick, a quick narration, a quick capture or something, man, you can have that mic 2 on you, do your little flight and put it right up online. So that's a good thing. And the reason I'm thinking about purchasing it day one is because it's compatible with my goggles V3 and my MC3. So what more do I need at that point? So to me, it looks like it's going to be a great indoor flyer. And the other feature that I think you should all take notice of is the 22 gigs of onboard storage. Okay? Because look, in the past, we've gotten very limited storage on our drones, internal storage. And I think this now is a new threshold. And I think the new drones coming out are going to have significantly more onboard storage, which can only be a good thing. Okay. So I think those are great features. I think those are very great features. Again, it all comes down to camera quality. But remember, the intent is not for us Part 107 flyers that do commercial work or anything. This is a fun drone, right? It's a selfie drone. It's purported to fly without even a controller, without even using your phone.
I've been flying a drone for 5 years here now. And I'm just, whether are they going to have a web app? Are they going to put controller sticks on the Fly app on your phone? Is that how it's going to do that? Or
I imagine, yeah, sure. I imagine. Didn't we have that with the first Mini that came out? Wasn't that on the very? There was one of them, Bob, where
maybe it was the Spark. I think it was the Spark.
You could fly. I never owned a Spark, but I did own the original Mini. And if I'm not mistaken, Bob, you could fly that on your phone with like these virtual controllers. So there might be, the DJI Fly app they might make it smart enough that if it's connected to this drone, it will show those virtual controls if you don't already have it hooked up to the controller that it comes with.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I see what Johnny's saying here. Johnny's saying, 22 gigs should be enough. And I think, it's a weird configuration. 22 gigs is weird. Typically it's in multiples of 8,
that might be. Good point. That might be because it's actually 32 gigs of storage, but 8 gigs of that, I'm sorry, 10 gigs of that is dedicated to, certain types of inherent files on the device itself.
It might be something like that, but
but
but I think that 3 batteries at at 18 minutes is what they said the flight time was, or 16
Right.
minutes or something like
Yeah.
that. And if you had 3 16-minute flights, I mean, that might just fit into 22 gigs, you know,
Yeah. Yeah. I think it
kind
would.
of thing. That's, I'm getting about a gig, kind of thing. So,
Didn't they say it was 4K 30? I believe it's been. I mean, that's
yeah,
Jasper Ellis, I believe, put that out
from
there
all
that it
the
was 4K
pre-release
30.
numbers that we're looking at,
Right. Yeah.
I see this as a great drone for old farts, though. I really do.
Oh,
I
absolutely.
mean, whether they
Absolutely.
want to fly it in the house, whether they want to fly it in the backyard. I mean, it's obviously not going to do well in 15 miles an hour, but it's it's going to be a great drone to get started on and probably have a lot of fun with. I'm looking forward to this being this could really be an old fart drone, which I think
It's
would be great.
definitely an entry-level drone. Like you said, out of the pocket, you're looking at $300. Okay, and that $300 basically represents that fly more combo. Of course, with taxes and everything else, you're up about the $350 mark, right? But
Oh yeah.
if you
Plus,
really,
you want a
really love
case.
this,
You want a
yeah,
case. You want to, you probably there's going to be a massive amount of accessories that are going to come out for this drone because it has such a good entry point. There's going to be a lot of them out there. So there's going to be a lot of opportunity to sell accessories of some sort or another,
Yo, TJ, how you doing? Keep up,
Yeah.
TJ. Keep up. We are talking about the Neo, TJ. Yeah, you know what? Phil said it's probably going to be good for vloggers. I
Yes.
don't doubt that. Again, remember that there's a couple of things going on here. It's definitely a sub 250 drone, even with prop guards in place. So if you do happen to be a Part 107 and are looking for that ability to operate over people and operate over vehicles, this should be an easy one to get a waiver on. But remember, if it's a real good, if the quality is decent enough to use indoors, think about the commercial possibilities there,
If you're
folks.
going to
You
use it
gotta,
for 107, if you're going to use
yeah,
it as a 107 pilot, then you need to register it.
yes,
And if it
absolutely.
needs to be registered and used as 107, does it have remote ID?
I would imagine that all drones, remember, the
Yeah,
requirement was all drones produced after September of 2023 had to have RID.
I
So
think so. So
I
yes, this
I
should
think
have,
it'll probably have it.
should,
But
even
what
though,
I'm thinking is think about the possibilities. As I was saying, you have a new store a new retailer that just opened up in your area. What better advertisement but an interior fly through, right? We've all watched the Wrigley Field, the bowling alley
yeah.
fly throughs, the what we just had one up at Fremont Street that was amazing, right?
Oh, that
And he
was,
started outside and flew inside. Amazing stuff. How he
can
got the
you
clearance
find
for all
that,
that.
Tom? If we could
That's
show that.
somewhere. I'll look for that on the side. But my point is this:
Yeah.
you could offer that if the quality is decent enough. Remember, guys, we're looking at this stuff on our phones. Okay, we're looking on it at mobile devices. So anything more than 720, I mean 1080 is pushing it, but nobody is really streaming 4K on their mobile devices. And most retailers will want this to be able to go out via Instagram, okay, to advertise their store. So it opens up the potential for 107 flyers to maybe generate a little additional revenue,
Oh
okay?
no,
And
I'm
when you're
definitely looking
flying
for.
inside, you don't need approval from the FAA. So you can fly over people inside covered areas because you're
Yeah,
not in national airspace.
right.
So that's a
Johnny
that's
says
a
he thinks it will have remote ID there. I'm looking at the chat here. Yeah.
Yeah, Johnny, I agree with you because, again, remember, any of these drones that carry the FCC approval also had to make sure they complied with FAA regulations for release. And as of September 2023, it had to have RID. It's been produced post that period. Now, while Bob, I'm going to turn it back over to you because I'm going to look for that Fremont Street video real quick. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So for those of you who also do podcasts or use StreamYard, we figured out today, me and Tom, how to, number one, add Tom as an administrator to my StreamYard account, which I did not know I could do that. I mean, and since, I've been stuck just using my phone for the last 16 hours here. I'm really having internet withdrawal here, and then we figured it out. Tom actually figured out, we're both on StreamYard in Safari on iPhones and trying to figure out how to do this. But we eventually were able to figure it out, and Tom was able to completely create and start this show from his house, since I added him as an administrator to my personal account. So I have the StreamYard Essential account. That's why I just have that small StreamYard logo up there. I don't have the duck in the upper corner there. And I have a spot for a logo on my StreamYard account, which, if you have the free account, you just get the duck up there. And so that's how we did this today. And I was only able to add one person to it. You got it, Tom?
I got it. Let's take a quick look.
Oh, good. This is a fun video, and this would be a perfect Neo video. Watch this, guys.
Now, let me know if you hear the audio, folks.
I hear it.
Do you want another more lineup?
This is Fremont Street, downtown Las Vegas, and these are all nightclubs. There's just a string. This is called East Fremont Street, and it used to be dilapidated old businesses, and they now have completely turned it into
revitalized.
A nighttime scene here. It's a lot of fun. If I'm a little over the demographic for it, but isn't this great?
So what amazes me here is he's got the indoor and outdoor flying going. So
yeah,
and but he's going from establishment to establishment. So imagine working all that out with these businesses. So that's got to be a pretty heavy overhead there, getting that all taken care of. The bubble scene was great there.
Yeah. This is the backyard of one of those bars. They have the whole backyard of it is that used to be parking for an off the alley parking. But this is downtown Las Vegas. This is a lot of fun in downtown.
TJ, I'm not sure.
Here.
TJ, I'm not sure what drone. I'll look it up in the comments once we get done playing it. But I'm wondering which drone also.
Yeah. I'm going to bet it's some kind of Cinewhoop that they customized or something like that.
Yeah.
This is not just I've been in this bar. I know this place. Yeah. Is this the Irish pub?
That's the Irish one. Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Something, huh?
Yeah. That is magic.
Good work
there.
there.
That is
Yeah,
just
it really
pure
is.
magic.
Really is. You know, hats off. This is Jaybird Films. Okay?
Yeah.
Jaybird Films. He doesn't have in here. He produced the video, Stretch of Bars, from East Fremont Street in downtown Las Vegas. It doesn't say which drone he used for this shot,
Yeah.
TJ. Sorry about that. But you know
No.
what? I'm going to put his info in the chat because
Yeah.
it's definitely, he's got numerous fly-throughs, by the way. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Kind of a
he's got
specialty of his, huh?
it seems to be, yes, it seems to be. So I'm going to go ahead. I'll throw that in the chat.
Yeah.
Okay, the link for that.
Yeah.
And we'll get that up there for you. Okay. But
So
definitely when you
Johnny's
get a chance,
saying because
check
that
out.
drone is sub 250, there's no remote ID. But I also think that because if you wanted to use that drone for 107 work, for actual work, doesn't every 107 drone need remote ID? So would you then need to put a
Every drone
module
in
on it?
every drone in national airspace must have RID, right? I mean,
I don't know. I mean, we never dealt with a 135 gram drone before. Nobody's ever dealt with that before, so we don't know. We just don't know.
Yeah, I'd be surprised that it wouldn't have RID.
Huh.
It says Johnny probably looked up the same thing I did. No, the DJI Neo does not have remote ID to comply with FAA regulations. You can either fly in a FRIA or retrofit it with a third-party RID module. Now, anybody out there know what's the weight of these RID modules? Because are we going to have the same situation we have with the minis, with the Mini 4 Pro and the Mini 3 Pro with the extra, the ultralight battery, but the second you add prop guards, now you're over the 250,
Yeah.
right? I mean, so we're going to face the same problem. Okay.
Don't know.
I would have hoped
Don't know.
I would have hoped that they would have added it on the motherboard and just be done with it.
Yeah.
Kind of situation.
No, we'll find out in a few days here, huh?
But that basically means it's an indoor drone. So if you're going to call this a selfie drone, I don't want to show my selfies indoors. Okay, might not be appropriate. Okay, but this is something you would use on your bicycle or on your skateboard or on your one wheel.
Yeah. Now,
although,
I can,
like I said yesterday, Bob, my issue is it's purported to have a top speed of 17 miles an hour. Okay,
and I can pedal my bike 17 miles an hour.
Yeah, you can get it, and that would work good. But
Yeah.
my bike's electric. And I hacked it, so my bike goes at 30 miles an hour. I would leave this thing in the dust. So, it's a wait and see at this point, right? So,
yeah.
Maddie said, Holy Stone's RID module weighs 14 grams.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
so how much is
the
DJI Neo supposed to weigh?
Yeah. 135.
Okay. Now, is that 135 with the snap-on? Yeah. So you're still
it's
below
probably
that.
going to slow it down a little bit.
Oh,
Hi,
I think anything
would.
Yeah.
Hello,
Yeah.
Lake Pilot. I don't know who you are, but welcome to our channel here. We kind of have a different day going on here in Old Fart Land here, but we're glad to see new people here. I don't know if
welcome aboard.
Can I make him an admin from here? Yeah,
I don't know.
I can make him a moderator. Yeah, Lake Pilot.
Good.
Let us know what your name is, Lake Pilot. Yes. Okay. You're now a standard moderator. And there's a good reason we do that. Oh, and Yellow Rose Drones is just lurking while editing drift car racing videos.
Oh, looking forward to that, Lee. Looking forward to that. Okay.
Yes.
Lee, you got a little competition with that. Stevie Bronx does drifting.
It's
Does
Jack.
that also. So looking forward to that. Now, look at what Warren said. What are the odds the FAA will revisit the 200-gram threshold on scale of maybe to snowball into? Yeah, well, hey, listen, let's not doubt what could possibly happen next.
Oh yeah.
Okay, anything is possible. But
We don't know. We don't know. Is Vic Moss in the chat here? I don't know. I don't know if he's there or not.
But now when were they supposed to release the is it today or tomorrow that the email was supposed to come out?
Tomorrow. I think
tomorrow.
29th.
Tomorrow.
And September 5th was the tease video. I think should be tomorrow. But who knows? It's always exciting, I mean, but I have to tell everyone, you don't have to get the newest drone that's out there to enjoy flying drones. That's for sure. We always say, fly what you got, and the best camera is the one that you got in your hand.
That's correct. And that's always the thing a lot of people chase. So, a new Nikon mirrorless comes out and you already have one. Your end user doesn't know what camera you have. Remember, the worst compliment you can ever pay a professional photographer is to say, wow, you must have a really nice camera. At the end of the day, the camera has a small play.
Yes.
What you're presenting.
Okay? It's the loose nut behind the keyboard,
important thing. We talk about, I was looking for the email this morning in anticipation going, I got to run to Best Buy. But I'll tell you a funny one. Last night, we sat down to dinner and we were all excited because, I went to Disney Plus and then we started looking because Roz and I were going to sit down and watch the next season of The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power. Yeah. And we were both convinced, what's wrong? What's happening? Why isn't it? Well, we're 2 days early. That's why.
Oh,
it doesn't come out until tomorrow. Okay. But we're searching and cursing and like, what happened?
Yes.
And then I looked it up and went, a couple of days
Good
early.
Deal.
Okay.
Hey, Gary.
Although I'm going to check today. Hey, Gary, Brent Ariels. How you doing, brother? I'm going to check Best Buy today anyway.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to check Best Buy tomorrow. One on Rainbow there. Okay. Yeah. You're going to go to Mark's?
Yeah, I go to Mark's. Mark's. So whenever I'm in the neighborhood, I check. Because I'll tell you a funny one. When the s03 got released, the day before it got released, I went into the one on Mark's, and there it was. Okay, in the lock showcase. So I went to one of the kids and I said, "Hey, I want to buy that drone right there." And the kid went and got the key, put the key in, opened it up, took the box out, went and scanned it at one of the local counters and said, just give me a minute, and then walked in the back. And I waited. He came back out with a manager, and the manager said, "Oh, I'm sorry, we're not allowed to sell that yet." I was like, so close, so close. Looking for my viral video.
Oh, good.
So close. Okay.
Okay. John Flynn is going to go check his Best Buy too up there in Kalamazoo. Okay.
Yeah, you never know. You never know.
Yeah. If there's a pallet of them sitting in the back room, I have done that at Best Buy. I've just like casually
Bob walks in,
walked Bob in through the back into the warehouse section,
like he owns the place,
and I just claim being an old man, and I got lost. I'm sorry.
He just became disoriented. Okay,
I just got lost. I'm sorry. I get lost sometimes. I'm not supposed to be here. Oh, okay. Bye-bye.
The good thing was it was spotted up in Canada, right? We all got that notice that it was spotted up in Canada.
The boat has made it to our shore.
Yeah. So I was very, very concerned because I was worried that this was going to be a regional only release. Okay. And then it was only going to come out in Asia first. and you know, that we wouldn't be able to get it on an initial release, but it looks like it's in North America, so we got a good chance of putting our hands on it.
So I don't see if Steve Anderson is in the chat here yet, but Steve is one of our old farts who has, you know, and I have to tell you, if you've seen his channel on the Facebook group or his post on Facebook, you know, Steve is in Carthage, New York. And that caught my attention because I went to college in Carthage, Illinois. And it's, you know, so it kind of caught my attention there. And it's a small town in Illinois also, but it's not, it looks like it's a bigger town in New York. But Steve shot an image that was almost unreal looking. And he was able to, and what is it, Tom? 7 news channels?
Yeah, News 7 up in his area ran this image.
Check this out.
Just check out this image. I mean, amazing shot
He
there.
said
Look at the birds, the flock of birds up in the top center.
Yeah.
Just the cast of color coming across.
And it's, he said it was like maybe 2 minutes after he got this, rain actually started to come out. He brought the drone down immediately after he got this shot. And he said it was raining right after that. I mean, he was, you know, it was pouring down rain, you know, by when he was packing up here. So, I mean, but I mean, that's a once in a lifetime. You stand in a spot and see something like that.
That's a shot to have printed, okay, on metal or printed on lucite.
Acrylic.
That's the shot, the acrylic shot right there. That's the shot right there. That's an amazing, amazing shot. Definitely take advantage of that.
Yes.
Nice work. Nice work.
Yes.
Steve makes it in. If Steve makes it into the chat, we'll definitely put it back up on the screen.
Yeah.
Okay. Definitely.
Thanks, Steve. Thanks for letting me show that. I asked him a couple days ago if we could show that on the show today, and I was like totally confused about where the show was going to be today, but it's obviously working out. You know, it seems to do that. Hey, Jeff Norman's here.
Hello, Jeff.
Good Jeff, to see you, our fellow admin here and Old Fart, and our photography guru in New York. Jeff, we're glad to see you there. Jeff is coming
John
to the meetup.
John's flying. Yeah, Jeff's coming. John, Flying Flynn Media. How you doing, John? John's in the chat also.
We're hoping he's coming. He's got a minor medical thing he has to do, but you know, I know he's going to recover and be ready to fly in Las Vegas here. You know,
Jim's
come and
droning
see
is
our
in the
beautiful
chat.
spots here.
Jim's droning is in the chat. Can you make him? Can you give him a wrench, please?
Jim's droning. Yeah. Why isn't he?
Yeah, I don't see him.
He's had one before, but I can do it.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm doing it right now.
So folks in the chat, how about we do this? Who's going to buy the Neo? Who today is interested in picking up the Neo? I'm interested to hear that. Okay.
Yeah.
To me, it's a no-brainer. I already have an Avata 2. I already have the Goggles V3 and MC3. I think this will be a fun drone to fly with those. You know, so I'm definitely looking to pick this up right away. But who else is looking is the question. Oh, that's you, Bob. You're looking. Okay. Jeff is looking. Unless the hover catches his eye. But now keep something in mind. So I said this earlier, Jeff, before you were in. I don't see them as competition because you're talking about by the time you're done buying the Hover X1 Pro Max, okay, that can do 8K 30 with everything you need to fly it, you're up at $900. Okay.
But you know, editing 8K video on your computer
If you don't have the
is
right
no
codec
easy
capability,
task.
right. Well, again, it all comes down to your codec capability, right? If you don't have the right codec capability based on your processing chip, it could give you a heartache. If you do, then it shouldn't matter much
I've
because you
had
can
a
always downscale in your editor and then render it out once you're done.
yeah, yeah. It's going to be it's. I've tried to edit a little bit of 8K. And I've got an i9. I have 64 gigs of RAM, and I have a. I'm not real sure of what my video card is. It's a beefy video card here, and I had it choked on 8K video. So it does 4K without a problem, but 8K video it choked, kind of thing. I
Yeah,
had to wind up
Warren,
making proxies and doing
you,
that
you,
routine.
you see Warren's question there. Yes, Warren, it's not the only resolution that the Hover Pro Max shoots in. Watching Eddie Nunez's stream, review the other day, he was one of those influencers invited to go play with it. It does shoot at other resolutions as well. Okay. In fact, it shoots at 4K 120. And then, of course, it shoots at 60 and 30 and I
Yeah,
believe 24.
going to be great for
So,
slow-mo. That
yeah, now
yeah.
that's another question. That should be a drone that has RID built in, right? I would imagine it's got RID.
That would be
Okay.
it would we that hasn't come up in any conversations that I've heard. If does this hover have remote ID? And if if you're going to shoot it and use it for commercial purposes, you need to have remote ID. And
Yeah.
what are we going to do here? This may be a new market for add-on modules here. Hey, Maddie, if you're still in there, how much is that Holy Stone module now? I really haven't been paying attention. What is those Holy Stone modules going for these days? I really don't know. Yep. So I just got.
So look, we'll all know when it finally comes out, won't we? Okay.
Oh yeah.
Because I've called a couple of my influencer buddies, but mum's the word right now. Okay.
Oh yeah.
And you can't blame them.
Tom, me and
signed
you
an
have both
NDA.
been trying to communicate with a couple of our people that are big time influencers, and they are over the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks, they've been saying, I'm sorry, I just have too much to do right now. And we can only imagine what they're doing,
How many new drones they're testing at the same time? Because we're
I don't
all
know if you get a
speculating.
straight answer.
We're all speculating on the Air 3S. We're speculating on the Mavic 4. Okay,
Yep.
we're speculating on the Mini 5 Pro.
Do you think that DJI is trying to release all of this stuff before there's any kind of legislation that happens? So at least they're on the market. They're in the stream. They can
it would be
continue
in
to
their
sell
best
these.
interest, right? Remember that if this anti-CCP legislation winds up being ratified, it doesn't take place till 2025. Okay? So I would imagine all the drones we think are coming out will probably be out before the end of the year. And I agree with you, Bob. They're on the market already. They'll already have FCC approval. The big thing that scares me out of that legislation that a lot of people haven't talked much about is how much power you're giving the FCC.
Yep.
Okay? Because the FCC can outright ban stuff, which should only occur, okay, through legislation.
Right.
And so that bothers me. No one agency should have that level of autonomy without legislative oversight. So that's something that bothers me in all of this, and I don't think it was talked about much. So,
Yeah.
there's my concerns right there.
Yeah, it's going to be we're 6 months from now, the drone industry is going to be a different animal. It's going to be we will see something will be different. We're not sure, but and again, I know one of my banners I have down there, Tom, is write your lawmakers, and let your lawmakers know what your opinion is. And of course, at the moment, you only want to, not only, but I mean, you want to communicate with senators, U.S. senators. That's who you want to call their office. I mean, their phone number, their office phone number is public information. You can easily find public information. If you live in Georgia, Google Georgia senator phone number, and it will come up. And call that number and tell them you're opposed to any drone ban.
One of the banners I have up right now, Bob, is openstates.org, and that allows you to find your lawmaker, write them a letter, or call them. And I think you should do both, okay?
Yeah.
Because the call is impactful. The other thing with the call is you'll find out when you speak to their, it's rare that you're ever going to get your actual representative on the phone. It's going to be a staff member, right? But you'll be able to gauge the level of ignorance or knowledge that exists. Okay. So, and depending on what you find out, you can recraft another letter to go to them, maybe educate them. So, Bob, one thing I want to move into is we got two big things happening in Vegas next week. What time am I picking you up on Wednesday?
Well,
okay.
I think probably the crack of dawn. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, we're going. Where are we going next week, Bob? We're going to
the Commercial UAV Expo at the Caesars Forum. Yes.
Yep. One of the biggest drone shows in the country. Okay. You talk about drones. I mean, their drones. Bob's wingspan can't encompass the size of some of those drones. Okay.
Yes.
So we go to that. We're going to be seeing Greg at Pilot Institute. We're going to be seeing Vic with the SPA. No doubt Vic is going to be speaking at the event.
Yeah, no, they have there's an event that both Vic and Greg are on the panel at the session. So, and I think that's a public session.
I think that's a public session. I believe that's a public session.
Ticket.
Yeah.
And so yes, that's for sure. Yes.
Yeah. And so I'm looking forward to that show because we're going to be pressing the flesh with a lot of industry folks.
Right.
Okay. And while we're there, of course, Bob and I will be talking up something big happening in November.
November.
The Vegas Drone Meetup, folks. The Vegas Drone Meetup.
We should probably create a handout or something for that,
I think we might have something on file that we can put out there, Bob. I put something together when I went to go visit the FPV racing group out at Old Silver Bowl. Okay. So that was pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to run our little promo.
Okay. Good.
I have
the one you created, right?
Yes, I have the one I created. I'm going to just bring that up real quick. My monitor says it wants to auto shut off because it thinks I'm not doing anything. Like I need its advice. Okay. But let me go ahead and bring up this real quick. We'll show you that promo. And this time I will turn on the share the sound. And I'm going to go ahead and run this full screen right now.
You're figuring this out, no problem. People dance fast down there. That's great. We have a couple weeks left of holding the rooms at our discounted rate. Okay. So if you're thinking of coming, make a reservation now so you get the discounted rate at the rooms there. Please do that now. And, you know, I don't think you have to pay for it all at once or anything.
No.
But you know, that's going to go away in a couple of weeks here. Okay. So,
yeah, in October. Yep.
So please, please, you know, act as soon as you can. And now is the perfect time to book your airfare.
Absolutely.
If you're thinking of coming, we're at about 60 days, a little more than 60 days out. Now is the time to book airfare. And I know that Southwest has some deals right now coming to Las Vegas. I mean, I'm pretty sure you can get a direct flight from almost anywhere in the country under $200, you know. So
yeah, we're 72 days out.
Yep.
And the perfect thing is at the 70-day mark, you can get the greatest airfare rates. Okay.
Yeah.
Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Today's a good day to book flights, by the way. Okay.
Yeah.
You can talk to any travel agent. They'll tell you Tuesdays and Wednesdays are the best days to book your flights.
That's their slowest days of booking.
Yes.
And,
so you kind of get the best rates. Now,
right.
We've heard some rumblings about wow, this, you know, these hotels are expensive. That's right. This is Las Vegas, folks. Okay. You know, rooms, you got to be careful when you're comparing the room rate on our group, okay, group discount, to other room rates. Be very, very careful. What you're seeing in other room rates is not the full cost of what you're going to pay. Okay.
Yeah.
Because those other room rates you're seeing that might look cheaper have resort fees added on at the end. Okay. So we've negotiated, actually, Audrey Dempsey negotiated a rate that's inclusive of a discounted, you know, resort rate, discounted room rate with the tax. Yeah. So, and good. Bob, what's the difference in cost from South Florida Drone Meetup? I know people gauge it by that. And we're not comparing ourselves. We're not. It's what, about $80 difference tonight? Yeah.
It was like $140 a room, $139, $140 a room there, and it's $225 here.
So now this is a resort. Okay. Yeah. It's a resort casino. So let me explain what we have here. Besides the beautiful rooms, okay, you have the pools, you got the spa, You got a world-class casino that rivals anything that's on the Strip. You have a multitude of top-end restaurants inside. You have a food court, you know, with a Fat Burger, Capriati's, sandwich shop, Chinese. I think it's got a Panda Express. It's got 2 Starbucks, by the way. It's got a Baskin Robbins. Then, in addition to that, you have a Regal 10-screen cinema. You have an arcade. And then this property sits in the middle of what's called the district. And the district is more eateries, okay? You have Shake
And
Shack, you have
shopping.
Italian restaurants, you have Parkway Tavern, you have
Yeah.
Lucille's Barbecue, and right across the street, Cheesecake Factory, and then you have the Lee Family Forum, where the Henderson Silver Knights American Hockey League, which is the farm team of the Vegas Golden Knights. They are a great team to watch. I think we lost Bob there. Okay. And so there's a lot to do. And so our schedule as it stands right now is those folks that are going to be in on the Thursday or Friday, we have a great get together planned in the district right next to, I mean, it's truly walking distance. So we got a great get together in the evening. And then the next morning, okay, at the hotel in their conference spaces, we will be having a buffet breakfast, and the vendors will have several vendors there, our sponsors, and we'll have some discussions that will take place. So DJI is our platinum sponsor, and they've also provided us over $5,000 in merchandise to give away. We have Pilot Institute. Greg and his whole team are coming up. Okay. They'll be giving away numerous Part 107 courses. Now, I'm saying this unofficially. Now, if you already have your Part 107 and you win one of those courses, I think you take Greg and team on the side and see if you can negotiate one of his other paid courses as a replacement. Okay. We also have who's the vendor? Who's that great vendor you got to visit up in Washington while you were there? Oh, we got no audio for you, Bob, unfortunately. No audio, Bob. No, we had this problem earlier. So let's wait. We'll get Bob to work out his audio issue. I'll keep him on the screen, but no, we still have no audio. Blue Sky Drones is one of our sponsors. We also have Recovery One Drones, Dre. We're also talking right now to Aero AI. They're a mapping specialist out of the University of Nevada. They're looking to be part of this. After we have that get together at Green Valley Ranch Resort, we'll be going then to Cornerstone Park, which is a gorgeous venue. In fact, there were a couple of clips in that demo I showed. But we have a great sponsor that's working with us also, Henderson, Nevada Parks and Recreation. I mean, fantastic people. We met with them the first time. We laid out what we were looking to do. They were so nice and accommodating. They called us back for a second meeting. At that second meeting, I was thrilled because they turned around and they said, "Hey, we see it's first annual, so we actually reserved this date for future years for you guys also," which is fantastic. And believe me, other people were competing for the use of that park area. And then they turned around and said, "Would you guys consider us a sponsor? Because we'll cover some of the permit fees and all." And we were like, "Hey, that's fantastic. Thank you so much." In addition to that, they asked Bob and I if we could help them with their STEM programs for their summer camps and their after school programs. And of course, we agreed that's a great opportunity to get kids involved. So they'll be a sponsor. At that event, we also have Red Rock Search and Rescue Team. One of our committee members, Vaughn Haya, is the captain of Red Rock Search and Rescue. He's a former officer, a retired officer out of the U.S. Air Force. And they'll be putting on a demonstration. I believe Metro PD will also be involved, Bob, and we've spoken to the sheriff in the area. They're involved. Henderson Park and Recreation is getting Henderson Police and Henderson Fire involved. We're looking, I think we are on schedule to have 2 food trucks at the afternoon in Cornerstone Park, which is a beautiful park with a beautiful lake. And it has these 2 covered picnic pavilions that we have already secured, and there's bathrooms right there and everything. We won't be having a bouncy house because we're worried about broken hips. So no bouncy house. Sorry for those of you that were waiting for the bouncy house. I got to nix the bouncy house. Okay.
Oh,
so
can you see me okay?
Great. Yeah.
Okay.
Great. And we have one of our other committee members I want to mention is Don Hill, Las Vegas and Henderson Drone Pilots website administrator. Don is an amazing individual who has researched everything across this Vegas Valley and has really turned around and has documented all the places that you can fly. Bob, you got some other slides to put up too, right?
This is what I'm showing right now. This is about a half a mile from Green Valley Ranch. This is alongside of I-215. That's the freeway that runs right by Green Valley Ranch. And this is how close you are to the Las Vegas Strip right there. That's a shot.
We're 20 minutes away. We're 20 minutes away.
Yeah.
That's how close this is.
Yeah. There's some shots of Las Vegas here.
Yeah, the high roller.
Yeah.
New
York. And the Sphere. One of the most.
Now that's the shot that freaks me out every time that shows up on the Sphere, because that eyeball moves around, and sometimes
looking at
it definitely needs a couple of drops of Visine also. Okay. So that's the shot that freaks me out the most. But the Sphere is an amazing feat of engineering. And this is Green Valley. This is Green Valley Ranch Resort. Yes.
Yes.
Beautiful.
The building over here on the side, on the right-hand side there, the smaller buildings on the right-hand side, that's the spa. That's just the spa. So if your wife is coming, I know Jeff Norman's wife wanted to talk to me about, is there a spa there? And this is a beautiful, beautiful facility right there. And I have to tell you, if you see a couple little cars right on the edge of the picture there, I park there, right there. I can park there and then walk across the street this way, the opposite way. And you can put your drone up right there. I have done it multiple times.
Right.
Yes. Lee is putting up on the screen. You get the discounted resort fee, and the resort fee covers being able to use Wi-Fi, and I mean you have a variety of benefits because you're a hotel guest paying a resort fee when you're in the casino. You don't wait in line for dinners and stuff like that. There's a whole big enough things there,
So Warren, yes, it is. We are not promoting that, Warren. We are not promoting that. Okay. No. We're not promoting
that. Not good, Warren. Okay. No.
There's so much to see and do, and one of the things I want to also mention is the fact that, look, we have a pretty nice schedule for that Saturday, but it only goes up to about 5 p.m., okay? Because we want to give people time to experience Las Vegas also. So if you want to go out and do stuff. Now, that's the pavilions. That's the park pavilions, the covered picnic areas, okay? And the parking lot you see up in the upper left-hand side, that's where we're going to have the food trucks. There's plenty of parking there, okay? It's about 12 minutes away from leave the screen up, Bob. It's only 12 minutes away from the casino. No, put the screen with the $49.95 up there, because I do want to mention something regarding that real quick. Why are we charging a registration fee? I've heard this a few times. And we know compared to South Florida Drone Meetup, there isn't one. We got that. We're not comparing ourselves to that, okay? Remember, Spin Up was $85, and some have told me it was much more at certain times also.
Well, it went down as you earlier.
Yeah, it went down. But this, the logistics in pulling off this type of event in Las Vegas is pretty Herculean, I have to say. I planned on retiring, and I got sucked into this, so I don't know what happened to my retirement. But the reason we're charging $49.95 is because we have to secure that head count. We have to know what we have as far as an audience coming to this. In addition to that, what we're giving away as part of the gift bag is worth much more than $49.95. Okay, you're getting a T-shirt with this. You're getting the brunch with this. Okay, there's a bunch of things going on you're getting. And that raffle ticket, which is worth a nice piece of change because of what we're giving away at this event, okay, should far outweigh that $49.95. Okay, so that's all I'll say about that. You can get this screen out of there, Bob. Okay, and then on Sunday, folks, we have these curated adventures for you to go on your own with, and we'll help coordinate the carpools and how to get there and stuff like that. There'll be these 10 adventures we're trying to set up. We got the number around 10 that we're setting up for places you can go, all the information about the place, what to look for, how to get there, what the regulations in the area are, whether you need Lance or it's Class G, where there are places to eat nearby, where there's comfort stations nearby. So we're putting all that together. And again, with a guy like Don Hill as part of our committee, okay, we're tapping that brain, okay, in helping us put those adventures together. Now, I'll probably on Sunday, I'll be taking a long drive down, okay, to Lake Dolores, the abandoned water park, which might not exist next year, okay, because it was just recently purchased. So I'll be taking a drive down with a bunch of folks to Lake Dolores to fly FPVs down there, and then going down to the Liberty Sculpture Park, which is just another 4 miles down, that has a ton of outdoor sculptures, really large things to fly around, and then there's a nice place to eat right there. So, but remember, that's 2 hours each way, okay? So that's one of those Sunday adventures. So, I think we got a pretty full schedule here, but it still gives you time to adventure around Las Vegas. And I think it's going to be a great event. And you know what? I don't think I'm going to get much drone flying involved, but just getting together with folks, going face to face with folks, that I'm really looking forward to. Okay. Yeah. So with that, Bob, we're sitting at over in 65 minutes now.
Yep. We're ready to roll.
I think we're kind of ready.
I'm just showing some pictures that this is from the website, from Don Hill's website.
Yeah.
LVHDP, Las Vegas Henderson Drone Pilots.com. LVHDP.com. Believe me, you will get every bit of information that you need to fly nearly anywhere here in this valley. It is truly a spectacular website, put together all the details of flying
Area
here in Las
flying and
Vegas.
stuff. Yeah. And
Yes.
Lance, I'm looking to go down on that Sunday probably. Now, if folks are staying in town a little longer than that, Bob and I are locals, so we're going to make ourselves available on that Monday and Tuesday also. Now, folks, remember that's Veterans Day weekend, so that's a federal holiday.
Yep.
Which again, get your airline tickets too right away. Okay, because we have a lot of things happening in Vegas that week and that weekend. So during that week, we have SEMA. And then on that Friday is SEMA Fest. Now, SEMA is trade only attendance, but SEMA Fest is open to everyone. And that also has some major bands playing, some major rock bands.
Yeah.
And then you have Billy Joel with Sting at the Allegiant Stadium playing. We
Your
have, I
video
believe,
stalled,
the Vegas Golden Knights is in town.
Tom. Your video
Yes.
stalled.
I don't have a video up. Am I still
On the 11th.
Can you see me, Bob? Can you hear me, Bob?
Your looks like your video's frozen, but all good.
No, it up on the screen.
No, I can't. No, you're frozen.
I'm still live on YouTube, Bob.
Huh.
So yeah, I'm still live on YouTube. And Jeff says he sees both of us. So again, Bob's going through a lot right now because his internet has been up and down since it came back only an hour and 20 minutes ago. So Bob, you back on? Yeah, I can see and hear you again. Okay. Yeah, so I'm still good up on YouTube. So there's a lot of stuff going on, and like I said, we have the Henderson Silver Knights here. We have the Vegas Golden Knights should be in town. So there's a lot of stuff.
Knights are playing on the 11th on Monday.
On the 11th, on that Monday
night is a home game here.
Yeah.
I know that there's quite a few Golden Knight fans that don't live here in Las Vegas, and it's going to be the perfect time. Kind of thing. So, we're all going to get to enjoy that. I'm hoping to have a little group go to the Knights game. So, if you're a hockey fan, this is the place. I have to tell you, we have the best pregame show that of any NHL team, and you'll get to see it then. You're going to enjoy it. Okay.
It's a T-Mobile.
All right. Yeah. Thank you all. Let's.
And they're playing Carolina, by the way, Bob. They're playing Carolina on that Monday. Okay.
Yeah.
So, folks,
the Hurricane.
Hey, thanks so much for joining us here today. Okay, we really appreciate it. Okay, even with our little technical struggles here, we do appreciate your time. Okay, and Bob, that's it for me right now.
Thank you all. Thank you all. My phone number is at the top of the Vegas Drone Meetup website. And if you got any questions, call me. I'm answering every phone call I get. Okay. Hey, John from Boulder City just joined us. Hey, yay. All right, John, real good. Anybody else, please call me if you got any questions at all. We're going to have a great time. All right. Thank you all.
Take care, folks.
All right. Bye-bye.